Guys, I have some good news for you. So we got breaking news from President Trump. He did a surprise conference just a few hours ago talking about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies overall. So I want to go through some of the things that he mentioned, and I also want to go through 6 charts in total that I have constructed and shared it on the Crypto Kids Telegram community, which you can join absolutely for free using the link in the description down below. But we will go through 6 different charts. We will cover the S&P hitting a brand new all-time high, and also President Trump's latest comments that he gave about crypto. And he gave a lot of comments. So if that sounds interesting, then stay tuned until the end of today's video. Make sure to destroy the like button. And guys, if you want to be building long positions, because that's what I would be looking to do so right now, because Bitcoin looks like it wants to pump in the upcoming few weeks, I would go to, ironically, weeks using the first link in the description down below to get daily rewards when you use this link to sign up. So with that said, let's go through, first of all, what President Trump had to say about cryptocurrencies, and then we'll go into those 6 different charts that point to the direction that Bitcoin will likely head to the upwards levels. So the first thing that he mentioned is that Bitcoin takes the pressure off the dollar. That's what he mentioned. And when you look at the value of the dollar, it's seen a massive decline in the first half of this year. It's been a tremendous decline. And as the US national debt grows, as they print more money through things like the Big Beautiful Bill, through other incentives, the value of the dollar will continue to decline, and monetary debasement will therefore increase in its rates. And the price of Bitcoin, as you trade it against the dollar, it will automatically increase to the upside. So great, great news as the first point that we want to cover from President Trump. The second point is he got questioned about his intentions and the conflict of interest that he has with his own crypto companies. A fair question. But he answered that his interest for Bitcoin and crypto predates his presidency, which is very, very interesting. And he says that if we don't make a move on crypto, China will make the move. And guys, remember, China also has a huge Bitcoin reserve. He also praised the amount of jobs that the crypto industry has created, and he called crypto amazing. He also said that the crypto industry is more important, and I think this is the biggest news out of them all, is more important than any of the other industries that America has invested in. Guys, I think this is foreshadowing a massive Bitcoin strategic reserve, which the United States of America will hopefully implement at some point in the upcoming weeks, in the upcoming months, or during this presidency. I think America will buy Bitcoin. And as soon as that happens, all the American allies will also likely go ahead and buy Bitcoin. So from a fundamental standpoint, these are all amazing good news. Now, when we go into a technical analysis standpoint, let me see if I can, oh, I couldn't, I was talking, oh, there it is. Okay, so when we go through a technical analysis standpoint, we have 6 different charts that I want to go through, which indicate that Bitcoin is likely going to break to the upside. The first is on the daily time frame, we have a beautiful bull flag. These patterns usually break 70 to 75% into the pattern itself. And so far we are at the 65-ish, I would say, percent mark. So very soon we should be seeing that breakout. And then obviously we have a beautiful inverse head and shoulders pattern forming on the 4-day to 1-day time frames. That should see a breakout anytime soon also. Then we have the M2 money supply, which is already predicting, just with the M2 money supply alone, like $130,000 to $140,000 Bitcoin by September of this year. And then we also have the white coffee accumulation, which you can put in consensus with the bullish pennant, which it's a part of at the very end. And then you have the Bitcoin parabola, which is consistent of 5, or in fact, this is wrong, 4 different bases. So it's base 1, base 2, base 3, base 4. My mistake. And then you have the final push that takes you into the final phase of the parabola pattern. And then finally speaking, you have the greater inverse head and shoulders pattern that will also indicate a further price action towards the upside for Bitcoin. And you are probably rightfully asking, these all show that Bitcoin will likely keep on going up, but what price are you expecting? Well, in the short term, I'm expecting 118, then 130, and then by the end of the summer, beginning of Q4, $140,000, and then finishing the cycle somewhere between 170 to 200 would be great. Anything further would be indicating a super cycle, which, right now it's an interesting idea, but obviously it's not guaranteed yet. But overall, I'm looking at very, very good news for Bitcoin. We also have the S&P 500 hitting a brand new all-time high. If you guys remember, I said that if the S&P doesn't hit a brand new all-time high, it will be concerning because the S&P would, in that case, it would have gone into a potential downtrend, which it has completely invalidated. So very good news from the S&P. We can have a little bit of a pullback on Bitcoin in the short term, which is absolutely fine. Perhaps even to the support line of the bullish pennant is okay on the daily time frame. Even if you came down to the 101 territories, once again, it wouldn't be too big of an issue. I still think that this price compression will lead us to further price levels. So guys, that is basically about it. I do have one bad news out of all this good news, and that's that the core PC is went up by 0.1%, and it's now sitting at 2.3%, meaning the July cut is becoming a bit more unlikely. But I think we will get the cut at some point, at least this year, at least like a 50 basis point cut. So there's nothing to worry too deeply about that in altcoin season. Will obviously happen at some point in Q1 or Q2 of 2026. I'm more lenient towards Q1. So with that said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you all on the next video very soon. Make sure to destroy the like button, subscribe, and I would definitely recommend going and checking out the F1 movie. Guys, it was probably one of the best movies I've watched in a very long time. So if you want to go to the cinema, I would definitely recommend checking out the F1 movie. With that said, take care, guys, and I'll see you all on the next update video. Bye-bye.